I'm Jonah Comstock, Editor-in-Chief of pharmaphorum. I'm here with Serena Goodwin, Vice President of Global Strategic Accounts at STEM Healthcare.
Yes.
We're at Reuters Pharma USA in Philadelphia. We're going to chat a little bit about what we're seeing and hearing at the show.
Yes.
So,
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Serena, first of all, tell me a little bit about what you do and what you're here to learn and what you're here to talk about.
So my responsibility is I am the global accounts lead for 3 of our top 20 accounts. And our goal really is to partner with pharma to provide solutions to help them better engage their customers. So STEM Healthcare is a division within Inizio Advisory Services, within Inizio, the umbrella. And really our goal is to give insights to leadership on how their customer-facing teams perform. And so we're looking to understand the why behind the data, the confidence that teams have, and alignment that they have with the strategy. So we're really helping to uncover in call what's happening at that level, because we have field observers that go with either MSLs or reps or on account management calls with their teams, and then provide anonymous feedback and also insights to help them perform better.
So one of the things we're talking about a lot at the show is AI, data, big data, how that's changing the game for these commercial and marketing and market access functions. So talk to me a little bit about how that's affected your work.
So AI has affected everybody's work, and I'm really excited about AI because from a pharma standpoint, that means that solutions can get to patients even faster. So when it comes to information that patients can receive, pharma is really putting their heads together to be able to get content, personalized content out to patients, personalized content out to HCPs. But in my world, what AI does, since we, like I said, we observe behavior, or we observe representatives and MSLs as they do their work, it allows us to be able to use AI to help them role play even before they're interacting with customers, or even in some places where they have just teams spread out, AI can actually give feedback back to the representative or the MSL on their interactions with their customers.
And tell me what that means to give feedback. What does that look like?
So what that means is, as teams are trained to interact with a customer, there's a strategy that's briefed out. And that strategy is very detailed on how to answer questions or probe for questions, really try to help to understand what the HCP is interested in that product. And a lot of times there's training, but in the call itself, being able to see how the teams are executing, meaning delivering messages, opening calls, closing calls, getting agreements from customers, that kind of feedback is really important because we look at it as an aggregate. So instead of saying, this is what's happening with one rep, it's looking at their teams and are there patterns, and can those patterns of behavior be benchmarked against similar teams to really help pharma manufacturers understand how their teams perform in call.
So you mentioned personalization, and that's something I've heard a lot about at some of these sessions, personalization and segmentation, and how AI is sort of allowing us to rethink what those mean in terms of adding context and helping us really understand everything about the HCP or that that your rep is working with. So talk to me a little bit about, has your kind of understanding of personalization changed as you've been kind of adopting these technologies, as everybody's sort of technological landscape has been shifting?
This is huge because before STEM Healthcare, I worked at another company and I led omni-channel strategy. And one of the things that we know is that when information is tailored to an individual, you notice it, you absorb it. There's things in there that are pertinent to you, so it gets your attention and you might pay attention to it. AI allows an opportunity to customize material for you based on your customer base, based on what's happening in your world. And so one of the challenges and the drawback is every time you customize something, a human has to approve every page, every instance, every language. AI can help improve that and make it really fast for customers.
We're only on day one of the show. We're about halfway through. Is there anything you've heard already that was really interesting, or anything you're kind of excited to learn more about here in Philly?
I am just amazed how AI is in every single aspect. I was just in a medical affairs presentation, and it talked about AI and the ability to generate videos in the voice of someone who's dead. So I thought that was pretty amazing, and how that could really change how content is created. So not only just, having a photographer take a picture and then you have to approve the picture, the AI can suggest pictures based on profiles, and those profiles can create video content that will be relevant to the audience. And especially, I have to always think about health equity. I have to always think about marginalized populations, where a lot of time the content is not geared towards that person, and now you have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, so there's a way in which this technology is going to help to tackle some of those issues around equity, around access.
Exactly. AI can be positive, and it can be negative. Positive in that, like you said, customized materials, allowing patients to access more information for themselves, at least get information, because a lot of times you don't get. My experience in the doctor's office may not look like your experience. A lot of information is not shared with me. And so to have more information available to be able to ask questions can help with that health equity piece. It can be a bad thing if the AI doesn't recognize me. And that is a problem within a lot of this space. Like the images are not geared towards everybody.
Right, or the data it's trained on does not include
Correct.
everybody.
Yes. I read that there's a 100 times chance that I could be misinterpreted or misrepresented in generative AI. Yeah, I read that in a book. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, so definitely something that the industry has to, well, I guess one, work on, and two, just be vigilant about, right? These
Exactly.
problems
Well,
of
you're going to
bias
always
and
need a human.
yeah,
So, I mean, we always need somebody to make sure that the information is still relevant to the audience, at least to oversee it. Partnership, humans and machines.
absolutely. Any final thoughts?
No, but thanks for taking the time to speak with me.
Thanks so much for chatting with me,
All
Serena.
right, I
Have a good
appreciate it.
rest of your show.
You too.